Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Cole's Boxing Corner. You now tune into CBC. Wow, what a fight! Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. Oh man, it was action packed, man. Shouts out to both fighters, man. They both came with it. They both came hard. Shakur Stevenson just totally dominated the entire fight. Going into the fight, we got Oscar Valdez, 30-0 with 23 knockouts, which is a pretty good record, man. 31 years old. He weighed in at 129.5 pounds, and he was the WBC junior lightweight. So this was a huge unification match with Oscar Valdez with the WBC junior lightweight and Shakur Stevenson with the WBO junior lightweight championship. So huge fight night. Oscar Valdez he seemed a little ticked off. He was tired of the ducking accusations from Shakur Stevenson. Stevenson was on his tail, man. He was accusing him of ducking for the fight. So they went ahead and just made the fight happen. So Oscar Valdez, part of the Canelo camp, is trained by Eddie Reynoso, which is a world-renowned trainer, very solid team, repping Mexico, Viva la Mexico, and this fight was at the MGM Grand in Vegas. Now, Oscar Valdez, he's 9-0 in Vegas with 9 knockouts. That's impressive, man. You know what I'm saying? He weighed in at 129.5, like I said. He's 5'5", with a 66-inch arm reach, 2-division world champ, just a world-class fighter. And we got Shakur Stevenson on the other side, 17-0 with 9 knockouts, man. Representing Brick City, New Jersey, Newark. 24 years old. He said that this fight is going to make him a superstar. He said he wasn't ready to be, the pound for pound king yet, but after this fight, you better label that man pound for pound. 2-division world champion as well, WBO junior middleweight champion. He's damn near untouchable, man. He stands there in front of his opponents and they can't seem to touch him. It's crazy. His opponent, average hit on him is like 5.1%, which is pretty remarkable. Shakur Stevenson stands at 5'7" with a 68-inch arm reach. Again, 2-division world champion. He was asked who was the best fighter in the world, and he said that he is. He said that he's ready to prove that he is. He was sparring with Terrence Bud Crawford, and he said he stood his own. So, I don't know what that means. Spar wars, you really don't really say much in terms of what goes down in the sparring. But he held his own. He said he's the best fighter in the world in terms of talent-wise. What you think, man? He was walking out to the baby. It was hype. It was going in, man. It seemed like they started a party before the fight. So it was pretty good, man. Let's get into the action, man. Round 1, the first round. I don't know. To me, I think Valdez looked a little nervous, man. He came out swinging, missing a couple of big swings, and he kind of tumbled into the ropes a little bit. One of the swings and the miss, Shakur tagged him a little bit, but the second one, he didn't really get a chance to make him pay for it. Shakur looked relaxed and patient. He seemed to, have control. The first round was pretty decent. They were both feeling each other out in the beginning, but I don't know, man. I looked at Oscar Valdez. He just looked a bit nervous. I'm not sure if it was the big spotlight or, because this was the biggest crowd he ever fought in front of. So, but a huge support from the Mexican fans, man. They came out and showed huge support. They were cheering their fighter on and just kept going, man. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to the fans all across the world. The fans won tonight as well. I gave that first round to Shakur, a 10-9 round. And the second round, Shakur continues to be in control. He was just picking Valdez apart, man. Valdez had some success though, going to the body. He hit Shakur with a couple of body blows. He seemed to gain a little bit more confidence in the second round. It was a much better round for Valdez, but I think Shakur probably just edged him a little bit in the second round. Round 3, Valdez in the opening round, he came out strong, man. He tagged Shakur up a bit. But in the third round, you started to see some red marks on Valdez's face. Shakur accuracy is out of this world, man. So he had some marking on his face. Shakur did a great job of like just sticking to the jab and controlling the distance throughout the whole fight. But in the third round, Shakur started try to work on timing Valdez a bit more, and he just seemed strong as well in that fight. Fourth round, Shakur kept Valdez on the outside, jabbing, setting him up. The fourth round was a very good round for Shakur. Again, like Shakur has just been controlling Valdez with the jab and just fighting from the outside, trying to keep him from getting on the inside. But whenever Valdez got on the inside, he seemed to have some success, mainly attacking the body. But Shakur, he has the longer arm reach, so and the taller fighter. So he was just picking him apart from the outside. In the fifth round, oh man, Shakur just seemed poised and calm and relaxed. Like, he was just getting in his bag. I had at that point I had Shakur up 3-1. Valdez seemed a little bit reluctant in the fifth round to let his hands go. Shakur took that round and just ended with a big left hook from Shakur. Man, he ended that round strong. So I got Shakur winning that round as well. The sixth round was a little bit different. It wasn't too different, but that's when it got spicy. So in the sixth round, we got a knockdown. Shakur Stevenson scored a knockdown on Valdez, and he just dominated that whole entire round. That was just like a almost perfect round for Shakur. Valdez continued to swing wild though. I don't know what's up with him, man. He just seemed off a little bit. He didn't seem to have like the confidence tonight. As he usually does in big fights, man. Like I said, man, that boy trains out of Canelo camp. So anybody coming out of that camp, it's serious. So, he was hit a couple of times. Valdez seemed like he was a little stuck a little bit, like complaining to the ref almost, because he thought that Shakur was hitting him with some low blows in that round. But nonetheless, you got to protect yourself at all times. The ref didn't make a stop, so you got to continue fighting. It's going into the seventh round. I got it 5-1 for Shakur. He continues to pick him apart, man. Valdez, body language was just off also. And you started to notice it more, that his body language was just not into it. He seemed defeated. You get to see that throughout the fight, especially in this round, man. He was just not confident. I don't know what's going on. It seemed like Shakur kind of figured him out too with his timing. So, and then Valdez's face is continuing to get bruised up, man. You could tell that boy is in a fight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the eighth round, Valdez keep missing. He was starting to look frustrated. Started to look defeated again. He tried to get on the inside a lot, but like I said, Shakur kept the distance with the jab, and he just utilizing that jab and just kept tagging him, setting him up with the 1-2s and just controlling the distance. And that was key. He fought a great fight from the outside. In the ninth round, in the beginning of the ninth round, like right when the bell hit, they zoomed in on Canelo's face. Oh man, he looked like he was not happy, man. Canelo did not look happy at all. I mean, that's his fighter. So who want to see their fighter getting tagged up and just getting totally dominated, man? Like Shakur just annihilated this man. And also he seemed to play some mind games as well. Shakur will just get up, and right before the bell rings for him to get back in the ring, he's just eager to get back out there. So, he's not even taking the full rest, in between rounds. He's just getting up, ready to go. You saw that in the 9th and 10th round. But yeah, man, it's just Shakur just starting setting him up, and it was just he continued to tag Valdez. His timing was on point. He totally outboxed him, like, completely, like, and massive blows to Valdez's body at that point. He started to go into the body a little bit more in that round. And in the 10th, Shakur is just, again, off the stool, before that bell ring, showing that he's not tired. That's got to be some type of mind games. Like, we in an all-out war, and you just getting up, like, you're not tired, Shakur was calm. He was breathing normally, it was just the whole night was just not a good look for Valdez. In the 11th and 12th, it was no difference, man. Shakur just totally dominated Valdez throughout the fight. At the end of the fight, it went to the scorecards, which I predicted. Shakur got the unanimous decision, and now he's the unified junior lightweight champion of the world with the WBO and the WBC belts. Congrats to Lyric and Shakur, man. He proposed at the end of the fight. She said yes, of course. Great night, man. Shouts out to both fighters. It was just a very good night for fighting. The fans won. We got to see an excellent show. Shouts out to Shakur. I want to see what's next for that young man. He's no doubt a superstar now. This was the fight that propelled him to the next level. Now he could be able to say, hey, I'm the A side. He took less money in this fight and also allowed Valdez to have his name first. I think Mayweather started that. My name got to be first. But yeah, man, he just, much like what Mayweather did with Oscar De La Hoya, man, he gave Oscar the A side. Oscar was able to choose whatever gloves and the ring corner, and his name was first. And Mayweather just wanted to have that chance for him to be the top dog. So Shakur Stevenson did the same thing. Valdez's career is not over. He's still a talented young fighter. He still has many more. At 31 years old, he still have some more time left in the sport of boxing. It'll be interesting to see what happens next for him. But again, shouts out to Shakur. Man, I was happy. I was out my seat. I was cheering. I was excited, man. Shouts out to the new unified junior lightweight champion of the world, Shakur Stevenson. This is CBC, Cole's Boxing Corner, man. I love y'all. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on the fight. Hit that bell notification, man. Bang that bell. You know what I'm saying? So you can see all the breakdowns and the boxing news and everything boxing. CBC. We out.